Say, I want to say top of the afternoon to all of y'all, and I want to welcome you to this live. I'm sitting down with my good friend Kendall Baker. Hold on, Kendall. I'm gonna mute your mic. I'm sitting down with my good friend Kendall Baker because we're about to have a real intimate discussion about the dirty politics that are being played in this school board election, and we're gonna clear up some things. And hopefully y'all have some clarity because it's a lot of lies that are being told, and we just need to get some clarity in this situation. So I'm gonna bring Kendall in. Hold on a second. Let me unmute him. Kendall, what's going on, Doctor?
Man, what's up, man? Just on the trail, man. Trying to make it happen out here, making it happen, making it
Yeah,
happen.
I was just finna tell you, we're making it happen.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think both of us is, we've dealt with the dirty politics side of this thing with us running for school board. And I think tonight we just kind of cleared up. It won't even take us long because you have
Uh-huh.
you have another appointment. I got some stuff I need to work on,
Right,
and
bro.
and then we're gonna go from there. I want to say I'm gonna start it off with these Democratic people, and it's not all Democrats. Let's get that straight. You
Mm-mm.
have some Democratic operatives like the teachers union and a few of their representatives.
Right.
Not all those people in that union are bad people. I know quite a few of them. They're great people. Know some good teachers, know some good administrators. But you got people like the teachers union. You got people out here. It was a Republican guy today said something about me. So I'm going to clear up some things. As I'm riding around, as I'm riding around, I'm starting to see my signs missing again.
Mm.
I'm starting to see my signs missing again. But I'm going to show you something, though. I'm going to show you something. How much that say?
$10,000.
When you bitches can get the money that I got to play with to handle my business, then you'll understand signs are the last thing that you can do to ruffle my feathers. That tells me that you are very afraid. You're playing games with somebody that you really don't know nothing about. You don't know nothing about me. You think I'm just the dude that show up at the school board meetings and scream and holler and I do, and that's all I do. No, actually, I make the school system move. I actually have helped fix more libraries in the last 4 years than the sitting trustees combined. That's sad. That is just as a taxpayer parent that I can get libraries fixed when they sit on the board of trustees and can't. So tonight, if you don't mind, Kendall, I know you're a very subdued person. You're a pastor, and God bless you. But I want to speak on this.
No,
I
all right.
just talked to a good friend up in Louisiana, St. Landry Parish School System.
Uh-huh.
I talked to my brother Nasi up in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Right.
And it seemed like we all got the same issues in three different states with these school systems.
Wow.
Because these school districts are part of a national structure. And they all run in the same blueprint to destroy our children. Now, they want to say that we're conspiracy theorists, that we're right wing or whatever they want to call us. Let's get something straight. Unlike any other candidate in this race, and Kendall will speak for himself, I've been working for 10 years battling the Houston Independent School District. From kids being assaulted to teachers being assaulted, teachers being wrongfully terminated, money being stolen from special ed, the procurement department messing over schools in the bond program. I done touched it all. But now because I figured out that my representation in my community is the one that's really oppressing my community. Yeah, I'm calling out you Negro politicians in my community. Do I need to call you by name? I can. But if you from where we from, you already know their names. You already know their names. So I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. And I made that decision months ago because I started campaigning in January. I started working in January. That I'm not going to kiss these black politicians' asses. I'm not going to kiss these pastors' asses that think that I got to get their approval to do the work that I'm already doing. The difference is I would be on the inside doing the work instead of being on the outside. But I clearly get it, Kendall, that they don't want somebody who's God-fearing. They don't want somebody who don't want to deal with corruption. They don't want somebody who's an independent thinker, who's not controlled by unions or special interest groups. They don't want somebody like that. They want this system to stay just as jacked up as it is today, like it was 20 years ago. But along the way, you've decided that you're going to play dirty politics. And we cool with that. We know. You're desperate right now. You are desperate. I want to ask a question, Kendall, maybe you can answer. As a school board representative, being an African American, and they've made everything about race, are we not supposed to govern every single kid in the school district?
Absolutely right. We're supposed to. Every single school child in there, some 200,000.
So us being African Americans, we should only cater, according to them, those out there that's throwing the lies out, we should only cater to black and brown children.
That's absolutely false, man. That's absolutely false. And I tell you, Garrett, it is when you're on a winning streak, the devil comes in to try to offset your game, but it will not work.
Let's make the devil out to be a lie today.
Because right. Isaiah 54:17 reminds us that no weapons formed against us shall prosper. But I like the part 2. Every tongue that rises against us in judgment is already condemned. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so let's get this straight. They're trying to make this a partisan race, which is a nonpartisan race. They're trying to make everything about Republican and Democrat. We've seen campaign finance reports. Am I correct, Kendall?
Oh, yeah.
Is it some people that the union is endorsing? Do you think or do you know that they say they're Democrats, but they're taking Republican money?
Yeah.
That's confusing to me. Because if I get a donation from somebody, I don't give a damn if they're Republican or Democrat.
Same here.
They support me because they believe in me. But I shouldn't take money from Republicans, but Maria Benzone can, who's been endorsed by the union. See, the problem ain't us hiding behind smoke and mirrors. It's them. It is them. I challenge any one of them to an open debate on education right now, and I will eat them up. These people don't know education. These people only know what they know, and that's whatever that special interest group or that union tells them to do.
For the first time in over a decade, the public HISD has been exposed. They've been exposed. It's been a while. They've been exposed before, but it's been a while. And due to them playing a role of trying to make medical decisions for children, and that old complicated, evil CRT message, it's been exposed not only in Houston, but around the world. And so now we caught them off guard because they were used to the same old line in their pockets with the unions and the contractors 3 levels down, 4 levels down, and not being caught. They wanted the same old get along thing to be going to continue, but now it's about to come to a screeching halt, and they're afraid.
Well, let's pull the wool off these people's eyes tonight.
Let's do it. Let's
Can we do that? So what we're gonna do is when I'm talking, I want you to mute your mic, and when you talking, I'm gonna mute my mic so that way we don't have an echo.
No problem.
I'm gonna pull the wool off your eyes. The teachers union, HFT, has been helping the people that they endorsed to get money from out-of-state corporations, and they dumping tons of it in there. Tons of money. Why would an out-of-state corporation give a damn about a local school board race in the city of Houston? I need y'all to think about that. So we need to trust what the union is saying. That's what they're telling people. Trust us. We know who's best for the job in HISD. Trust the union. Retha Thomas, bus drivers union, custodian union. Do you remember when y'all was sending me to Galveston, Texas to stay in condominiums on the beach because you wanted some dirt on Grenita Lathan? And remember, I never delivered it to you. Remember when it kind of came out, Retha, that you told Brian Busby that I was lying? But I got all them texts in my phone, woman. Let me tell you what you ain't gonna do right now. You ain't gonna say nothing to me because you know I got them texts in my phone. And I don't have to make up and manufacture anything. Be careful who you playing with, lady. Y'all are complicit with the fact that Grenita Lathan ended up leaving Houston with all the underhanded games, and I'm talking about the union that you were playing with those trustees. You tried to suck me into it, but I just didn't buy it. I go sleep on the beach in a condo. Shit, you goddamn right. But I ain't finna tell you nothing. So what you ain't gonna do. Don't open your mouth right now. I'll expose you to the bone. I'll expose you to the fullest because y'all are dirty. That place is so close to Sodom and Gomorrah. It's unreal. Everybody in that building, a lot of people, I'm going to say a lot of people, it's a lot of nasty shit going on. Everybody's sleeping with everybody, trying to get ahead, literally trying to get ahead. That's what they doing over there. Y'all ain't doing nothing but stealing money. Y'all all in it together. But you have a problem with Gary Monroe because here's the story, y'all. I got put on the Special Ed Ad Hoc Committee. I was appointed by Jolanda Jones. Ann Sung was over that committee. When she heard that I was going to be on that committee, she did 3 things. She talked to Dr. Latham. She talked to Art Acevedo. And she talked to the sheriff of Harris County to put a real live armed police officer in the room with me on a committee meeting. Now, take for granted, I had never said anything to this lady personally. I had never said 2 words to her, Kendall. And in the climate that we live in, you wanted to put an armed police officer in a room with me because you told him you were afraid of me. Didn't we just have a big issue a few months ago about Asians being attacked? This was an Asian that did that. But you know what those 3 people told her, Kendall? Lathan said, I'm not putting none in there with you. Monroe's never did nothing to you. Acevedo told her the same thing, and the sheriff of Harris County told her the same thing. So when I found out, I went the hell off because you endangered my life. That's the way that I felt about it. So anything that I said, I'm not taking it back. You can sit up there and you can smile and like it's a game. You don't endanger my life and think I'm not going to say nothing about it. So whatever I said, because you deserved it. And that's real. The second thing, let's do the Eminem. Remember the last scene where he flipped everything? Monroe's combustible. He blows up in board meetings. Hold on a second. And according to the Chronicle, that's the reason HISD gave him a trespassing notice. Did it have anything to do with the fact a substitute teacher was on the campus every day at Fonville Middle School with a gun in her purse? And I'm trying to bring this to their attention. So you damn right I blew up in that board meeting because I probably saved one of those kids' lives because that lady was afraid. And if she had the gun in her purse in the classroom, could you imagine what was on her mind? So we ended up going to court because HISD would not give me my due process. I should have gone straight to the board when my first attorney sent them a letter contradicting the actual ban that they gave me. Elnita Hutchins Taylor, general counsel, refused to answer the letter. So I switched attorneys. I got Scott Newar. We went to court. The day before we were going to trial, you guys tried to push everything out the door. We'll let Mr. Monroe come back in January because they were trying to ban me for life. But I know also another reason you were trying to ban me, because I was getting ready to expose the fact that I knew several schools that were cheating on the STAR test. And you needed to silence me. So I had to fight it for 6 months. We ended up in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. And the Fifth Circuit Court pushed it back down to the lower level. So if they push it back down to the lower level, that means you got action now. Judge Werline ruled in our favor because he said it. You violated Gary Monroe's First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. That's why last night you saw me give a speech and I called them clowns, because I can do that. And they didn't want me to criticize them in an open, limited public forum. So the thing is, I won my court case. You look like a fool in the courtroom, and now you owe my lawyer 6 figures. So y'all out there that want to make up the lies about Gary Monroe, the Chronicle basically told me, and I don't know how you guys felt when you read it, they basically told me, nigga, stay in your place. You good outside the boardroom. We don't need you inside. But we all know the Chronicle is bought and paid for by the local politicians. So I expected them to say that. I didn't want to scream with them in the first place because I know how you people are. But that's my story. Outside of that, you can't deny the work that I've done in 10 years. Now you got people attacking you, Kendall. Pull the wool off the folk eyes, bro.
Let's pull the wool off of them, man. Let me tell you something. For all my life, since I graduated from high school in 1983, I devoted my life to public service. 30 years in the city of Houston, 25 years Ministers Against Crime. Whomever, whatever color, black, white, green, brown, whatever age, call me to get help. I'm there. I'm there. Now that I'm in this race, and I ran for mayor before, and I ran for state representative and council member. I didn't realize that there was so much corruption and so many dirty tricks that were going to be played in this race. Now, mind you, my neighbors love the fact that I'm in the race. They saluting me from giving my time because it's not a paid position, but it's something I have a passion for. So all of a sudden, from nowhere, somebody within my same circle supporting a candidate in my race, another Republican, decided that they want to go back and pull some of my old files. Welcome to it. Welcome to it. But they don't know the whole story, bro. They don't know the whole story. And what we call it in the hood, they try to pull salt on my game.
Well, let me ask you a point blank question.
Mm.
Did you sexually harass anybody?
Never in my life, man. It's a lie from the pit of hell. Let me tell you actually what happened. Since I've been a public servant all my life, anytime after hours, I'm doing ministry. And during the park administration, the ministers were always counteracting her policies. She was coming at us because of those policies. A lot of them deal with the LGBTQ policies. And so they had to find a way, because I was in a top spot with the city, to silence me. And Reverend Bishop Robert Jefferson said before he passed away, "She gonna come get you, boy. She gonna come get you." I said, "Why?" He said, "You know why? Because you with us." So it's kind of difficult when you work for the city in a high position and you campaigning against leadership about their policy, things that you don't spiritually agree with. And so there we have them to get four people to play in the game and create a false narrative. And there we have a false allegation. No witnesses, no evidence, no corroboration, totally baseless. Something that, as me being in charge, would have been closed and shut within at least 10 or 15 minutes. Well, they went behind closed doors and played games and got folk to participate. And then they came up with that I sexually harassed people that I didn't even know. I didn't even know who they were talking about. They kept the names a secret. And guess what? They prevailed on round one. But the state of Texas, for the record, overturned the city's claim and paid me my compensation that was due to me. Because
So they overturned it. They proved that you didn't do anything
the state
wrong.
of Texas proved that I didn't do nothing wrong.
So here's my thing. You went to a board meeting last night. What was your feelings when you left that board meeting?
Oh my goodness. When I left that board meeting, it kind of reminded me of the same demonic forces that fought against me at the city. Demons and the imps pulling at you. It was such a feeling of oppression to people and to the public. When I went to that board meeting and found out that people who had general community concerns have to sit for 3 and 4 hours to speak, I was drained, man. I was like, this is the same mess that happened with the city, and it could easily be fixed. They ignore the plight of the parents and the children, and they want to make you stay there till you tap out and go home. And we sit out there in the front, Gary, and there was no way, oh God, there was no way, I said, once elected, that I would ever put up with such protocol. Ever, man. And so you've been in that fight, And I let you know, let me remind the public that for 25 years, the Houston Ministers Against Crime, we have worked side by side with HISD and helping to try to stop the violence before and after school. And then also Bishop Jefferson created a mentoring program. And mind you, Millard House has already reached out to us to help him because he said there's no way he's going to be able to make it without any spiritual support. So he's already reached out to President Williams for our help. So the work continues, but it's a mess. The protocol is public unfriendly and it's pro HISD, them contractors, the dirty work, what's going on the table only, but it's anti-public. That's what I felt when I left there last night.
What I want you to do, I just want you to tell the people how you felt as a parent. I'm trying to pull up something, and then you'll see what I'm finna do.
Well, as a parent, I felt that my baby has a little slight, if not at all, no chance of getting a decent, not even a decent, let me put it like this here, her voice being heard while being a student in this district. As a parent, I felt armless. As a parent, I felt powerless in dealing with HISD. And it's behind little things that could be fixed. And I couldn't believe, Gary, that this has been allowed to go on so long. I think I know, in fact, that the term limits are the terms are 4 years each. What happened that we've allowed this type of activity to go on so long? You've been in there all these years. What happened that we've allowed that to go on so long? That circus that I saw last night.
That, what you saw last night is a prime example of what is truly wrong with the Houston Independent School District. They cater to TEA. They're afraid of TEA. And, you know, my mama used to tell me, if you keep your business straight, you ain't got to worry about getting it straight. And they don't know how to keep their business straight. They have no respect for parents. They've never had respect for parents. They could have taken a closed session. This is what stirred it up last night. This is what stirred it up. They took a closed session in the middle of a meeting. But they'd already taken a break. When they take their breaks, they go in the back and they eat catered food. So I can't wait to eat the catered food. I think they'll probably stop it once we get on the board. Because I'm a real live fat boy. I'm going to go in. You feel what I'm saying? But that was the issue. I'm trying to pull up a video for us right now because I want to show people the byproduct of what happened. The byproduct of what happened. Hold on. I'm finna load this video up. Let's share the screen. Okay. Let's share the screen. Can you see that? Okay. So here we go. We're going to open this screen up. I've been telling people for years that sooner or later, these people going to get tired of you messing over their kids. Whether they white, black, Latino, whatever. Some people just don't play about their children. And because they wanted to play last night, this is what happened.
Shame on you! Don't get in my face, sir!
Can y'all hear the volume? You can hear her?
We are here to have a public hearing. We've been waiting for 3 hours.
All of us.
I'm sorry.
We've all signed up.
Here?
Yes.
We signed up to speak for this purpose. All of us. We've been waiting for 3 hours. What time are you going to be back? Which is when? You gotta give us an answer. This is ridiculous. ridiculous. You are doing this to make us tap out, and we are not going to tap out.
We pay our taxes. We need to speak.
Oh, really? You approached her. You work for us. We are all yelling. You work for us, sir.
We can at least be heard. Like, yes. This building, the stairs, the schools.
So there's other people speaking too, but you're only addressing me. Why is that? Oh, okay.
So that's what happened last night. When you play with people about their children, emotions are going to boil over. Now, I seen the comments. Oh, these anti-vaxxers. That ain't had nothing to do with vaccines or masks. That had something to do with the fact that you do not know how to conduct a meeting. Hold on, I can't hear you. Unmute your mic. All right, go ahead.
Absolutely, man.
That had something to do with the fact they didn't know how to conduct a meeting. So let me say this here. I'm going to mute your mic. The first mistake that Mr. House made, it was not his responsibility to come off the dais and address those parents in that boardroom. If those parents were unruly, then you had police officers in there that could handle that problem. And those are very patient. Chief Lopez was standing right next to Mr. House. Very patient officers. They're not going to handle people bad like that. So the thing is, that was his first mistake. That he shouldn't have came off the dais. The very first mistake is they didn't have to go into closed session. There was nothing discussed that forced them to go into closed session. So they have done this tons of times where they sit in closed session and they try to run us out the building by making us wait there all night. So can you speak on the fact that these were just upset parents about the time that they were in there compared to what is being put out there, that they were upset about vaccines and mask mandates?
No, that was a total lie. The media took that and twisted it around. These parents, I was there when they got there. In fact, I was there before you got there too, early. Everybody had been there about 4:30-ish, waiting on the meeting to commence at 5:30. These people waited from 5:30 to almost 8:30 at night to speak. And the protocol is wrong. It's backwards. I know you spoke on the agenda. The way they have it set up is that if you set up for an agenda item, you can speak first. But if it's a regular community item, you have to wait, no matter how long it takes for their business to be taken care of, to speak in the end. That's just wrong. And those parents were burnt out, tired, hungry, waiting to address common issues with the school district. Not what they were accused of. Nothing was about vaccines. Nothing was about whatever the media said. That's a lie. And this is what we're going to have to stop immediately, Gary, when we are elected in a couple of weeks from now.
Just a second. I'm pulling up another video. Bear with me. Let's get this up. Hold on, Kendall. And I'm going to get this video up. Okay, so let's share the screen. Let's share the audio. And now we're going to go into, I think it's 8. Let's share the screen. All right, can you see this? Let me show you, you people out there that want to vote for Elizabeth Santos, the person the union endorsed. I'll let Santos shoot herself in the foot because I ain't going to repeat what she said.
Thank you to Ms. Victoria Gray and all of the students that came out from
Trustee Santos?
Thank you, President Allen. First of all, thank you to Ms. Victoria Gray and all of the students that came out from Thrive and that are engaged as an example of positive culture and what educators do every day in the lives of our children. I want to give a special shout out to Sergeant First Class Freddie Dickey and all the students whose lives he changed. That was evidenced here tonight. Educators make a difference in our kids' lives, and our kids take action because of them. We must honor, respect, and treat them like the professionals that they are. And like Mr. Santos said, our renaissance is in each and every one of us. It's up to us to be able to get out of our comfort zone and have these courageous conversations, because of the lack of diversity in this room and not actually putting yourselves in other people's positions is really disheartening. You know, there was a young woman that talked about the content of character, or I should say lack thereof, tonight, because the majority of our students, parents, teachers want to feel safe, and we want to discount all of those voices. You threaten to leave instead of coming together as a community to make things better. You run, so again, thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you. Trustee Dygard? Trustee Dygard?
Thank you for coming out tonight, and I just challenge us to continue having these courageous conversations.
Trustee Santos?
Thank you, President Allen. First of all, thank you to Ms.
What's your thoughts on that?
Again, heavy oppression laid on the public and the parents for being there. It's like they don't want them there. It's like they have something to hide.
Let me dig a little bit deeper into what you're saying. They had a problem with those white parents being there. Santos, bottom line, is not about her being a woman. This is about Elizabeth Santos being a racist. And every time she reminds me of Joe Biden. Every time you put a microphone in her face, she says something stupid. Every single time she says something stupid. So you mean to tell me you would disrespect these parents because you sit on the Diaz and you feel you can do that? You feel you can do that. Lack of character. We should all come together. No! You don't get to tell me when I come to the table. Because first of all, I don't come to your table.
Right.
I sit my own table.
Right.
Because if I come sit at your table, I just might become a part of the menu. No, I'm not going to do that, especially if I know your character. You see what I'm saying? This is a woman that the union is endorsing. That's not my words. Those were her words. She said that. She disrespected those parents in there. They shouldn't have a difference of opinion.
Right.
They should go along with whatever they should be doing. And I'm going to say this, and I don't know how you feel, but as a school board trustee, we should not be making medical decisions because it is not within the scope of our job duties.
That is right. I agree.
So here they go. Monroe, he's an anti-masker. He's an anti-vaxxer. Let's get something straight, homie. I had on a mask last night when I spoke. I respect the rules no matter what. I respect the rules. Oh, well, he's going to come in. He's going to try to get rid of the mask mandate. I cannot deal with the administration. Let's get this straight. As a school board trustee, you can't tell the administration what to do. You only set policy. See, I know my job. But because we have these issues running around the country right now, We make it a political thing. So we just jump on it, and then you expect for everybody else to jump on it. And because I don't feel the same way that you feel on an issue, you feel I'm trying to endanger the kids. Y'all ain't if you gave a damn about kids, you'd have put some safety in place on these campuses for this violence that's going on, and it's been going on for the last 10 years. You don't care about kids' safety. You have no measures in place. You just said they reached out to your organization because they need help. So if you care about student safety, when are you going to do something about the violence on these campuses?
I agree with you, Gary. They got a lot more issues and priorities to be dealing with than to be down there making political stance. And Santos has clearly carved herself out as even though this is a nonpartisan seat, she's clearly made herself a partisan individual. Every chance she's gotten to speak, every forum while she's there, and she's doing on taxpayers' time, and that needs to be eradicated. That needs to be done with ASAP. Like you say, we're not representing only Latino kids or Black kids or Asian kids or Hispanic kids. We're representing all 200,000 children, man. I mean, these are some small quirks and tweaks that need to be made and should be made down there. It's not that we are against mask wearing. We are against freedom of choice. Parents making their own decisions for their own children.
If masks are so important, why is it when district officials have functions with politicians, there are no masks in the room?
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword.
But you force a kid to wear a mask every single day. But when you go to your little political functions, you don't wear a mask.
Right.
Maybe it doesn't go with your suit and your tie or with your fancy dress. You see what I'm saying? So if anybody gave a damn about student safety, I've been doing that for the last 10 years. So whatever you folk out there want to spend, this is it. You get no more energy from us. You get no more energy from us. What you need to do is get ready for Monday, because Monday starts the fourth quarter. You need to focus on that. And I'm going to say it for you, Kendall, and then we're going to say our goodbyes. You need to focus on Monday, or we are going to kick your ass November 2nd. But it doesn't matter if you focus on it anyway. We're going to kick your ass regardless.
We win.
And if we win, the kids are going to win.
That's it.
Because equity will happen. Teacher raises will happen. And Mr. Superintendent, I'm going to tell you, you will give me your best effort.
Sure will.
Because if you don't, you may not be employed very long.
Agreed.
We want the best. And it's time out for the racism. It's time out for the partisan politics. So if any of y'all got any questions about Gary Monroe and where he stands, you're free to call me.
Same here.
You're free to call me. And I'm pretty sure that Caroline Walter and Bridget Wade feel the same way. Now, tomorrow we got a meet and greet. Flyers is all over Facebook. Man, y'all come hang out with us. Get your yard sign. You know, come hang out with your boys, man. Come hang out with your girl. Let's talk education. And let's see who has a heart for children. Because I'll tell you this, and I mean it with the utmost respect from the bottom of my heart. Not one of you politicians are going to put a key in my back. No union is going to tell me what decision to make for our children and our teachers. It will never happen. And I'm going to be honest with you. All the under the table money you trustees are getting through donations and after school programs. Excuse my French, cover your baby ears for a second.
Go over there. Close your ears up. She's gone.
I'm going to fuck up the church's money. Because every dollar that come into the Houston Independent School District will be spent in a ethical way on these children. And that's what it is. So guess what? Get ready to get your ass kicked November 2nd.
And let me say this before you go, man. And let me thank you for allowing me this space on your show and to clear my name about that decade-old lie. Everybody who participated in that lie got paid. And some later got fired because the scripture says, touch not my anointing. But I want to also tell you that these masks and that CRT are both tied to billions and billions and billions of dollars. And the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And you right on point. It's all, whoever said that in the comments, it's all about money. XX, Frank Nitty, XX, it's all about money.
Well,
so thank you, Gary.
I'm finna fuck up the church's money. So y'all out there, you old Negro politicians with y'all little sneaky games and all that, you can say whatever you want about me. Don't get a protest in front of your church behind running your mouth. Because I will come to your church, homeboy. Watch how you handle me. Because I'm not going to let you drag my name for no reason. So we're going to go out, we're going to finish strong, and we're going to do what we do. Those that support us, they're going to support us. Those that don't, be careful what you wish for. Because you will not survive another 4 years of the way this school system is ran. It will not happen.
It will not.
It will not happen.
It will not. It will not.
And more importantly, can you put somebody on the board that ain't violated the law?
Come on, man.
Because the ones y'all endorsing have violated the law.
And are violating as we speak, especially the one I'm running against.
That TEA is even bothering us behind the people that you are endorsing. Oh yeah, it's finna be a new sheriff in town.
That's right.
It's finna be a standoff at the OK Corral, November 2nd. Say, man, play your best game.
I will, man. You too.
But if they want to play dirty politics, be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
And I got more smoke than the turkey leg hut, partner. Because I got dirt on all of y'all. Dirt on all of y'all. And you candidates, why would you play dirty politics?
They need to leave it alone.
Come on, man. You don't want to do that, bro. I tell you what they can do. On the 26th at the Palm Church, I know you got your email. I got mine.
I got mine.
Why don't you come and debate? Who wants to debate Gary Monroe?
Who wants to debate Kendall Baker?
Who wants to debate me?
Come on.
Real live debate. This ain't no forum. But I know you cowards ain't gonna show up.
You
ain't gonna show up. Your little union ain't gonna let you show up because we will expose you. We will expose you to the highest degree. My brother, thank you for showing up.
Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing, man.
No problem.